Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes. But first, let's watch a clip.
Come on, bro, you're from the US. Show some diplomacy and respect. You are a native speaker and you live in the United States. You could have been showing life in the US, but instead, you're putting a poop next to a good-looking girl. I hope that rings the bell, as we say in the US.
You're putting a poop next to a good-looking girl? We cannot say this. First, poop is not countable. I cannot say a poop. But good-looking girl, that is countable. We have to say a good-looking girl. So it's correct to say you're putting poop next to a good-looking girl. But what if I say emoji? Okay, if you say emoji, that's countable. You can say a poop emoji. But if you just say poop, no You're putting poop next to a good-looking girl. So we see that poop is not a countable word. Well, is there a countable word for poop? Yes, there is. And keep watching until the end of this video to practice with more vocabulary like that. But let's look at the second part. Let's play it again.
And you live in the United States. You could have been showing life in the US, but instead, you're putting a poop next to a good-looking girl. I hope that rings the bell, as we say in the US.
I hope that rings the bell, as we say in the US. That rings the bell. First, we don't say that in the US. We say rings a bell, not rings the bell. And it means something different. He's giving advice and saying, I hope that rings the bell. But when I say something rings a bell, that means it reminds you of something. It doesn't mean it wakes you up and changes your mind. It means it reminds you of something to help you remember. That's not what he's talking about. So he's teaching the expression rings the bell wrong, both in structure and meaning. Let's talk about it correctly. If I say I hope that rings a bell, that means I hope it reminds you of something. It helps you remember something. But it's more commonly used with a negative. Example, that doesn't ring a bell. That doesn't remind me of anything. That doesn't sound familiar. That doesn't ring a bell. So if I say, remember that girl you met at the party with the brown hair? Her name was Susan? Does that ring a bell? And you say, no, that doesn't ring a bell. Remember, that doesn't ring a bell, not the bell. That doesn't ring a bell. Let's practice. Remember that girl Susan from the party? Does that ring a bell? That's right. You say, that doesn't ring a bell. So thank you for watching and keep watching for more. And we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes. So let's get started. First, let's watch a clip.
You have to shadow, which means you have to pause this video every 5 seconds and repeat everything I said in exactly the same way. And also, you could learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Now, hit the like button below and let's get started.
All right, let's learn English in a fun and enjoyable way, shadowing everything he says. Let's watch another clip.
And I hope that a lot of people from our channel can fully understand. Actually, let me guys know.
Actually, let me guys know. Is that what he said? Did he say, actually, let me guys know? Let's watch it again.
And I hope that a lot of people from our channel can fully understand. Actually, let me guys know.
He did. He said, actually, let me guys know. Well, don't repeat that. Don't shadow that. But maybe you can correct it. Let me know in the comments. How would you correct this? How would you say this correctly? Put it in the comments and let me know. And let's go on to the next clip.
Let me know, how many % of this conversation did you understand? Is it 50, 54, 90, 100?
How many % of the conversation did you understand? How many %? We cannot say this. We can say, how much? That's what I would say. How much of the conversation did you understand? This is correct, but we cannot say, how many %? Don't say that. And don't repeat it. I've said it too many times already. So, how much? How much did you understand? How much of the conversation did you understand? But what if you want to specify %? Okay, we can say this. What percentage of the conversation did you understand? This works too, but no how many %. I said it again. What percentage? This is correct. What percentage of the conversation did you understand? 50%? 75%? This is the correct question. Let's watch another clip.
Now, if you want to sound like native, watch this video one more time and repeat everything without stopping the video.
If you want to sound like native, we cannot say this. So how do we say it correctly? Like a native speaker. If you want to sound like a native speaker, then watch this video again and repeat everything. Well, not everything. Don't repeat the mistakes. If you want to speak like a native speaker, is it a good idea to watch this video again? That's right. If you want to sound like a native speaker, it's a good idea to watch this video again and practice more, but don't repeat the mistakes. Let's watch another clip.
Number one, how you look like, it creates first impression.
How you look like, it creates first impression. There are a few problems here. First, we do not say how you look like. If I use how, I cannot use like. So, no like. Okay, how you look, it creates first impression. We need an article for first impression. How about a first impression? That works. So, how you look creates a first impression. We don't need it. Again, how you look creates a first impression. This is correct. Let's practice. Does how you look create a first impression? That's right. How you look creates a first impression. So remember, we cannot say how you look like. We cannot use like if we use how. We cannot mix these two words in one sentence. We cannot use the way. We cannot say, I like the way how you look. So we cannot mix how, like, and the way. Let's watch another clip.
People understand who we are by looking at us. But the thing is, that's the first impression.
The first impression that I have was that he was handsome.
Okay, that's the first impression. Good, we're using the now, an article. That's the first impression, but the example? Let's hear that example again.
But the thing is, that's the first impression.
The first impression that I have was that he was handsome.
The first impression that I have was that he was handsome. I cannot use have here. The first impression that I have was that he was handsome. He was handsome is in the past, so we have to change have to the past, had. The first impression that I had was that he was handsome. This is correct. Example, the first impression that she had was that he was handsome. Let's practice. What was the first impression that she had? That's right, the first impression that she had was that he was handsome. And I know this clip. I know that picture. That's John Wayne Bobbitt. And the girl who was talking that made the mistake, that's his ex-wife. It was a famous story back in the 90s. If you want to Google it, Google John Wayne Bobbitt and find out what happened to him. And you'll find out that his ex-wife was not a native English speaker. Let's watch another clip.
But I sound completely different.
You got it. You got it down.
You got it? You got it damn? He did not say that. He doesn't understand what his friend is saying because he translated it incorrectly.
But I sound completely different.
You got it. You got it down.
He said, you got it down, not damn, down. And this is an expression. If you have something down, if you got it down, it means you know it completely, you got it down. Not damn. That's not what he said. So example, he's making a speech and he knows it perfectly. He's got it down. He's got it down. He knows it 100%. So he's making a speech. Does he know everything he wants to say? That's right, he knows everything he wants to say. He's got it down. Let's watch another clip.
But if you cannot find native speaker, what you can do, you can join foxu.com. That's a platform that I have built.
But if you cannot find native speaker, we need an article, because it's one speaker, a native speaker. And if you cannot find a native speaker, so the idea, you want to practice your English, but you cannot find a native speaker. And if you cannot find a native speaker, you can watch videos on YouTube. Let's practice. What do you do if you cannot find a native speaker? That's right. If you cannot find a native speaker, you can practice your English on YouTube. Let's watch another clip.
Pretend you're somebody else doing it.
Ooh, that's a badass advice, I'll say.
That's a badass advice? We cannot say this. Advice is not countable. We cannot say a good advice, a bad advice. We cannot use a with the word advice. It's just advice. It's good advice, it's bad advice. No article with the word advice. So he gave some advice. Not an advice, but some advice. Was it good advice or bad advice? That's right, it was good advice. Remember, we cannot say a good advice. Advice is not a countable word. But what if you want to count it? If you want to say just one, then we say a piece of advice. If you want to count it, you can say a piece of advice. But normally we just say some advice. Give me some advice. Let's watch another clip.
Or in Brazil, India, or Indonesia, Philippines, Colombia.
Indonesia? Indonesia? Did he say Indonesia? Let's watch that again.
India, or Indonesia, Philippines, Colombia.
Yeah, he said Indonesia. The country is not pronounced like that. It's pronounced Indonesia. We do not use the long A like day and say. We use the long E like green beans. Indonesia. Nij. That's the stressed syllable. Indonesia. And Indonesia is a country in Asia. It's made up of over 17,000 islands. Wow, that's a lot of islands. Let's practice. What is Indonesia? Is it a country in Asia? That's right, it's a country in Asia. And is it made up of more than 17,000 islands? That's right, it's made up of over 17,000 islands. Let's watch another clip.
I was attending a church, and what did help me to improve the way I sound was singing in a church with everyone else.
Singing? Singing in a church with everyone else? We don't pronounce the word singing. There's no g in the middle. It's pronounced singing. There's no hard g sound. It's in your nose. Singing. Singing in church. You can say in a church, but normally we don't. We say in church. It's like in school. No article is necessary. Singing in church with everyone else. That's what helped him. That's what helped him with his English. Singing in church with everyone else. Let's practice. What helped him with his English? That's right. Singing in church helped him with his English. And we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes. But first, let's watch a clip.
The most important thing in any learning process is enjoying the process. And also, you could learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Now, hit the like button below and let's get started.
Okay, let's learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Let's watch another clip.
Oh my God. No, I'm viaje. Viaje. That means old.
Oh, no way. You don't look old.
I'm viaje? Viaje? That means old? Wait, are we learning Spanish or English? He's teaching you Spanish, but it's not correct. Viaje doesn't mean old. Viaje means trip, like when you travel. He means to say viejo. Viejo means old. And I guess that guy is viejo. He's old. And he needs to work on his Spanish. Let's watch another clip, and maybe this one will be English.
By the way, guys, I'm going to raise our bets.
If we were ever gonna really matter, we were gonna have to raise the stakes. Higher than ever before.
Raise our bets? Raise our stakes? This is not what we say. You can raise your bets and you can raise your stakes if you're gambling, but he's not talking about gambling. He's talking about when you increase the risk, reward, or consequences of something, anything. And for this, we do not say raise our bets or raise our stakes. We say raise the stakes. This is the expression he's looking for. Raise the stakes. It means to increase the risk, reward, or consequences of any situation. Raise the stakes. So example, at first his boss said he would get a cash bonus if he got new clients. And then his boss said, no, if you find new clients, I'll give you a promotion and a raise. So his boss raised the stakes. His boss increased the reward. So So we can use the expression, his boss raised the stakes. Not raised the bet, and not raised his stakes or our stakes, just raised the stakes. So his boss offered him a promotion and a raise in addition to the bonus for finding new clients. Did his boss raise the stakes? That's right, his boss raised the stakes. Let's hear some examples.
Let's raise the stakes, make things a bit more serious for Mr. Ding.
If you can have anything you want in this world, you have to raise the stakes or life gets boring.
4. Raise the stakes by going to a quiet corner.
Your leadership has raised the stakes of hate to a level where we can no longer separate the demagogue from the truly inspired.
Let's watch another clip.
No one was able to, and I promise you $20. This time, if you will guess my age and his age, and put a comment right below this video, I'm going to send you $100.
If you will guess my age and his age, I will send you $100. We don't say if you will guess. We cannot use will after if in a first conditional statement. We say if you guess my age, not if you will guess my age, but if you guess my age. So it should be if you guess my age and his age, I'm going to send you $100. That's a correct example of using the first conditional. Not if you will guess, but just if you guess. So he raised the stakes. He increased the reward. Let's practice. Did he raise the stakes? That's right, he raised the stakes. He's not talking about gambling, he's talking about increasing a reward. That's raise the stakes. Let's keep watching.
No matter where you are, no matter which country and location of yours, I'll send you $100 if you'll guess my age and his age, right?
No matter where you are, no matter which country and location of yours? This is not correct. We cannot say it like this. First, pronunciation. We cannot say no matter where you are. It's not where, it's where. Use the air sound like hair and chair, no matter where you are. No matter where you are, no matter which country or location. Not and location, but or location. No matter which country or location of yours, we cannot say of yours. We say no matter which country or location you're from. We say no matter which country or location you're from. So let's put it all together. No matter where you are, no matter which country or location you're from. The idea, he's going to send you $100 no matter where you're from, no matter what country you're from. Let's practice. Is he going to send you $100 no matter where you're from? That's right, he's going to send you $100 no matter where you're from, if you guess his age and his friend's age. Let's watch another clip.
And
Why? What did it attract you here?
What did it attract you here? We cannot ask the question like that. What did it attract you here? Did he really say it like that? Let's watch the clip again.
And
Why? What did it attract you here?
He did. He said, what did it attract you here? So how do we ask the question correctly? We say, what attracted you here? No did is necessary. What attracted you here? So the question, what attracted you here? And my answer, the beautiful weather attracted me here. So tell me where you live. What attracted you there? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what attracted you to the city that you live in. And thank you for watching, and keep watching for more. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes. But first, let's watch a clip.
You could watch, and also you could learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Now hit the like button below and let's get started.
All right, let's learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Let's watch another clip.
I want you to listen to this video and then pause it every 5 seconds and try to repeat what I said with exactly same intonation.
Repeat what I said with exactly same intonation. Exactly same intonation? We cannot say this. When you have the word same, you have to use the word the. The same is correct. Not with exactly same intonation, but with exactly the same intonation. We need the word the. It's very important. So, example. He wants you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation. Let's practice. Does he want you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation? That's right, he wants you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation. Let's watch another clip.
Learning English fast has 3 key ingredients, and they will remind you your childhood.
They will remind you your childhood? Did he really say that? Let's watch it again.
Learning English fast has 3 key ingredients, and they will remind you your childhood.
He did. He said they will remind you your childhood. Well, don't repeat this because this is wrong. We need of. They will remind you of your childhood. Of is very important here. When you have the verb remind, you need of. Example, the song reminds me of home. So it's correct to say, they will remind you of your childhood. Look at these old pictures. They will remind you of your childhood. I cannot say they will remind you your childhood, but it's correct to say they will remind you of your childhood. Let's practice. Talking about these old pictures, will they remind you of your childhood? That's right, they will remind you of your childhood. Let's watch another clip.
Ole, we're recording this video for the YouTube. That's cool, awesome. You're going to be on the YouTube.
For the YouTube? You're going to be on the YouTube? We don't say this. It's just YouTube. There's no article the. We don't say the YouTube. It's just for YouTube. You're going to be on YouTube. No the is necessary. Don't use the with YouTube. So example, I'm making this video for YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube. Let's practice. What am I making this video for? That's right, I'm making this video for YouTube. Am I going to be on YouTube? That's right, I'm going to be on YouTube. Not the YouTube, just YouTube. Let's watch another clip.
Which means that I have only 1 minute to run from the taxi to actual bus.
I have 1 minute to run from the taxi to actual bus? To actual bus? We cannot say this. We need an article. To the actual bus. Or just to the bus. I don't know why it's actual. So he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. When you talk about bus, we need articles. A bus or the bus. Here it's a specific bus, so we say the bus. So again, he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. Let's practice. Is he going to run from the taxi to the bus? That's right, he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. Let's watch another clip.
And guess what's going to happen next? I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street.
I'm going to hop on ferry. Again, we're talking about ferry. Like we talked about bus, we need the ferry. We cannot say I'm going to hop on ferry. Let's watch that again.
And guess what's going to happen next? I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street.
I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street? That's not a street, that's a river. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's teaching you that a river is a street. It's not. That's a river. It's made of water. And when you say ferry, you have to say a ferry or the ferry. So example, he's going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river. Let's talk about hop on. This is an expression when you get on transportation. You can hop on the bus, you can hop on the ferry, you can hop on the train. So let's practice. Is he going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river? That's right, he's going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river. Let's talk about the ferry. The ferry he's going to ride is just for people. It's a boat for people, transportation. But you can also have a ferry that takes cars on water. They carry cars over water. That's a ferry too. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. Let's watch another clip.
I want you to listen to this video and then pause it every 5 seconds and try to repeat what I said with exactly same intonation. I guess it describes Uruguayan culture before Spanish people folk here.
All right, I don't understand this one. It describes Uruguayan culture before Spanish foe here? It sounded like he said before Spanish people foe here. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's watch it again.
Look at the painting right there. I guess it describes Uruguayan culture before Spanish people folk here.
So it sounds like he said it describes Uruguayan culture before Spanish people foe here. Foe here? What does that mean? I have no idea. Let me know in the comments. If you have any idea what this guy is trying to say, please let me know in the comments. Because what he said makes no sense at all. Foe is not a verb. I don't get it. So let's watch another clip.
And majority of people from Uruguay, from Montevideo, they're fighting against each other to call it a river.
And majority of people from Uruguay? When you use the word majority, you have to say the. And the majority of people from Uruguay. We cannot say and majority of people from Uruguay. So example, the majority of people from Uruguay speak Spanish. Let's practice. Do the majority of people from Uruguay speak Spanish? That's right, the majority of people from Uruguay speak Spanish. When you say majority, say the majority. We need the. Let's watch another clip.
This is how we do it. I almost never take escalator if there are stairs.
I almost never take escalator if there are stairs. I almost never take escalator? We need an article. An escalator. The escalator. But we cannot just say, I almost never take escalator. This is wrong. So let's use the escalator. The idea, he almost never takes the escalator. If there are stairs. Let's practice. Does he almost never take the escalator? That's right, he almost never takes the escalator, if there are stairs. Let's watch another clip.
No matter how heavy your bag is, you can get a lot of workout. And that's my goal.
You can get a lot of workout? And that's my goal? You can get a lot of workout? We don't say this. You can say a lot of exercise, but not a lot of workout. When you describe your workout, it's not about quantity, how much, a lot, a little. It's about quality, good, bad, great. So we say a good workout, a great workout, but not a lot of workout. So the idea is he wants to get a good workout. Not a lot of workout, but a good workout. Let's practice. Does he want to get a good workout? That's right, he wants to get a good workout. That's his goal. Let's watch another clip.
We're taking off right now, literally, and not only literally, we're departing and leaving Uruguay behind.
Literally, and not only literally, we're departing and living Uruguay? Okay, first, pronunciation. Living Uruguay? The word is not living, it's leaving. We have two words here. Living has the short I sound. That's the first word. Living. I'm living in California. I. Use the short I like this is. Living. And leaving. Leaving. Use the long E sound like green beans. Leaving. He's leaving Uruguay. He's not living Uruguay. Let's watch that clip again.
We're taking off right now, literally, and not only literally, we're departing and leaving Uruguay behind.
Literally, and not only literally? He means literally. The word is not pronounced literally. It's pronounced literally. 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 4 syllables. Not literally, 3 syllables, but 4 syllables. Literally. Literally. So what is literally? He didn't use it correctly, but let's talk about it. Originally, literally was opposed to figuratively. For example, if I use a figure of speech, an expression, and I say, I told you 100 times. If I mean it figuratively, it's an expression. It's not real. But if I mean it literally, that means it's real. It's not an expression. I told you 100 times. Literally. But now people use it all the time. Now it just kind of means actually. Like, I literally just told you. There's no expression. There's no figure of speech. It's like saying, I actually just told you. It's not really the correct usage, but everybody does it. So, what are you going to do? That's how people use the word. I literally just told you, or I actually just told you. That's how people use it now. But remember the pronunciation, literally. literally. It's a very common word now. Let's watch another clip.
The wind is crazy. I want to ask you guys, describe this. Stunning.
Let's look at this. He's teaching the word describe. And he writes, I want to ask you guys, describe this stunning. What? Stunning what? We need an object. I cannot say, I want you guys describe this stunning. We also need to. I want to ask you guys to describe this stunning image, picture, something like that. We need an object. So I can say he wants you guys to describe this stunning image. Stunning in this case means beautiful, impressive. He wants you to describe this stunning image. Let's practice. Does he want you to describe this stunning image? That's right, he wants you to describe this stunning image. Let's watch another clip.
How come you speak English?
I learn by videos, watching videos, and studying.
Watching videos on YouTube?
Yes.
How come he's smiling?
How come he's smiling? This is what he writes. He smiling. We cannot say this. How come he's smiling? He is, contraction, he's. How come he's smiling? This is correct. And the answer, because he's happy. Let's practice. How come he's smiling? That's right, he's smiling because he's happy. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. First, this is not correct.
Be careful not to step on poop. These are dog poops. So gross. I know.
These are poops? We cannot say this. Poop is not a countable word. I cannot say one poop and two poops. These are poops. This is not correct. I can say this is poop, but not these are poops. Is there a countable word for this? Yes, the word is turd. I can say these are turds. Use the sound like in burger. Turds. These are turds. Let's practice. Are these poops or turds? That's right, these are turds. You cannot say these are poops. That's incorrect. We also have this word. This word is not countable. Dung. I cannot say one dung and two dungs. It's just dung. And this is a dung beetle. It pushes little pieces of dung around, but I don't know why. But I know this is a dung beetle. Let's practice. Is this a dung beetle? That's right, this is a dung beetle. And does it push dung around? That's right, it pushes dung around. That's why it's called a dung beetle. It loves dung. And this is manure. Pronunciation, manure. Put the stress on the second syllable. This is cow manure. And cow manure is great for the grass. It makes the grass green. Manure is great for all plants. This is cow manure. And be careful, don't step in the cow manure. Let's practice. Should you step in the cow manure? That's right, you shouldn't step in the cow manure. Is manure good for the grass? That's right, manure is good for the grass. And these are called droppings. We put an S here. It's countable. One dropping, two droppings. Normally there's more than one. They're little droppings. These are rat droppings. So if you see rat droppings, you know you have a rat in your house. Let's practice. Are these rat droppings? That's right, these are rat droppings. And if you see rat droppings, does that mean you have a rat in your house? That's right, if you see rat droppings, that means you have a rat in your house. Now let's talk about people. People, when you go to the doctor might ask you about your BM. BM, what does that stand for? BM stands for bowel movement. The doctor won't ask about your poop. The doctor will use this term. How is your BM, or bowel movement? Let's practice. Will the doctor ask you about your BM? That's right, the doctor will ask you about your BM. And what does BM stand for? That's right, BM stands for bowel movement. Or you might hear this word, stool. Your stool. It's the same thing. The doctor might ask you for a stool sample. They want to test it to see if you have any problems, any diseases, maybe colon cancer. They'll test your stool sample. Let's practice. Will the doctor ask you for a stool sample? That's right, the doctor will ask you for a stool sample. That's how doctors talk about poop. We also have other more scientific terms for this, like feces and excrement, or fecal matter. These are all more scientific terms talking about the same thing. You might hear somebody talking about bacteria. There's bacteria in your feces, or excrement, or fecal matter. Let's practice. Is there bacteria in your feces? That's right, there's bacteria in your feces. That's why you have to wash your hands. That's why you have to wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. So remember the pronunciation. Feces, excrement, fecal matter. They're all talking about the same thing in a more scientific way. And we have a verb that is more scientific. It is defecate. Example, pigs defecate where they sleep. That's why a lot of people don't eat pork. Remember, pork is the meat and pig is the animal. So, a lot of people don't eat pork because pigs defecate where they sleep. They live in their own excrement. Let's practice. Do pigs defecate where they sleep? That's right, pigs defecate where they sleep. Do they live in their own excrement? That's right, they live in their own excrement. Gross. I don't want bacon anymore. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. First, let's look at pronunciation. The first word is party, and the second word is potty, and the third word is patty. Let's take a closer look. For party, we use the R sound like car and far. Par. The T makes a fast D. Party. Party. Don't make a rolled R. It's not party, party. It's party, party. Compared with this word, which is potty. Use the short ah sound like hot and stop, plus the fast D. Potty, potty. And this word is patty. Use the short ah sound like black cat. Pa, patty. Plus the fast D. Patty. First, let's practice with party. They're going to a party. It's countable. We have to say a party. They're going to a party. Let's practice. Are they going to a party? That's right, they're going to a party. And this is a potty. A potty is a toilet, but this word is normally used with children and their parents. The mother says, "Do you need to go potty?" And the child says, "Yes, I need to go potty," meaning I need to go to the restroom. But we use the word potty for this. We call this a porta potty because it is a portable toilet. It is a portable potty. Normally, adults don't use the word potty when they talk about the restroom unless they're talking to a young child. But we do use the word here. This is a porta potty. Pronunciation, porta potty. Porta potty. We hear with the first part, porta, we have that fast D after the R, porta, and then we have potty. Not party, but potty. Use a short ah sound plus the fast D. Potty, potty. Together, this is a porta potty. If I'm at an outdoor event, I don't want to use the porta potty. I'll wait and find a real restroom. Let's practice. If you're at a public outdoor event, do you use the porta potty or do you wait for a real restroom? Very good. And this is a patty. But there are different kinds of patties. This is a beef patty because it's made of ground beef. It's a beef patty. And you make hamburgers with a beef patty. Let's practice. Can you make a hamburger with a beef patty? That's right, you can make a hamburger with a beef patty. But be careful, don't eat this. This is a cow patty. It's also called manure or dung. It's poop, but it has many names. So be careful. There's a cow patty, which is poop, and there's a beef patty, which is food. They are very different. So you can call this a cow patty. It's countable, so I use a. It's a cow patty. Or you can call it manure. Manure is not countable, so there's no a. This is also called manure. And it's also called dung. And dung is not countable either. There's no a dung, it's just dung. So let's practice. Can you call this a cow patty? That's right, you can call this a cow patty. For example, don't step in the cow patty. So question, should you step in the cow patty? That's right, you shouldn't step in the cow patty. Can you also call this manure? That's right, you can also call this manure. And can you call it dung too? That's right, you can also call it dung. It has many names. Now let's talk about other patties. This is a chicken patty. You can eat this one. It's not manure. It's food. And you can make chicken parmesan with a chicken patty. This is chicken parmesan. It's with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. It's delicious. Let's practice. Can you make chicken parmesan with a chicken patty? That's right, you can make chicken parmesan with a chicken patty. And this is a sausage patty. It's made of pork normally, but it's not a pork patty and it's not a pig patty, it's a sausage patty. Example, the breakfast comes with 2 sausage patties. Let's practice. Does the breakfast come with 2 sausage patties? That's right, the breakfast comes with 2 sausage patties. So the sausage patties are made with pork. And pork is the name of the meat. Remember, if you're talking about the meat, it's called pork, not pig. Pig is the animal. So remember the pronunciation. Party, potty, and patty. They're all a little different. And remember, a beef patty is very different from a cow patty. One is edible and one is not. Thank you for watching, and keep watching to clear up more confusing vocabulary. Today we're going to avoid learning expressions and vocabulary incorrectly. So let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you 25 common expressions in English that are going to help you diversify your speech, and they are more advanced, more of like native speaker level common expressions. Throw under the bus, to blame somebody for something. If I fail this English test, I'm gonna throw myself under the bus because I've been learning English for 10 years, and if I fail it, that means that, 10 years wasted. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. I'm gonna blame myself really hard for it.
I'm gonna throw myself under the bus? It means I'm gonna blame myself? This is not what the expression means. You cannot throw yourself under the bus, unless you want to kill yourself, but that's different. Throw somebody under the bus is for somebody else, not for you. If you throw somebody under the bus, it means you tell somebody and you get that person in trouble. For example, the boss was angry. He was angry at everybody. So I told him my coworker missed the meeting. He didn't come to the meeting. So this got my coworker in trouble. So what did I do? I threw my coworker under the bus. I made the boss angry at him instead of being angry at everybody else. That's what it means. You cannot throw yourself under the bus unless you want to kill yourself. So example, he told the boss that his coworker missed the meeting. He got his coworker in trouble. Pronunciation, threw. Throw in the present, in the past, threw. Threw him. You don't have to pronounce the H in him. It's not a stressed word. So you can say threw him, threw him. He told the boss he missed a meeting. He got his coworker in trouble. He threw him under the bus. Let's practice. Did he throw him under the bus? That's right, he threw him under the bus. This is also not correct.
Get something off your chest. To talk about something that has been bothering you for a while, to admit that you've done something wrong. Okay, I have to take this out of my chest. I cheated on my SAT exam.
I have to take this out of my chest? That's not the expression. The expression is get. Get this off my chest. We use the verb get, not take, and we say off, not out of. I have to take this out of my chest? This is not the expression. The expression is get. You get something off your chest. So the verb is get, not take. And the preposition is off, not out of. You don't take something out of your chest. That sounds painful. You get something off your chest. You say something that you've been thinking about and that you have been wanting to say. You get something off your chest. Example, he was feeling guilty because he cheated on his test. So he confessed. He told his teacher what he did. He got it off his chest. Let's practice. Did he confess to his teacher that he cheated on the test? That's right. He confessed to the teacher that he cheated on the test. Did he get it off his chest? That's right. He got it off his chest. This is also not correct.
Draw the line. To stop, to know the point when something is going from being okay to being not okay. For example, you have this toxic person in your life who's constantly complaining and not bringing any value, and you draw the line in communicating with him. And you say, hey, we have to draw the line in our communication. I can't handle this anymore.
Draw the line doesn't mean just to stop. I cannot say I draw the line in communicating with you, or I draw the line in our communication. This is not what the expression means. It doesn't mean to stop doing something. It means you refuse to do something. And we cannot use in, we have to use at. I draw the line at lying. So the idea is, I will do this and I will do that, but I will not lie. That's where I draw the line. I refuse to do that. I draw the line at lying. Or I draw the line when it comes to lying. This is how we use the expression. Again, I'll do this and I'll do that, but I won't lie. That's where I draw the line. Example, he'll do a lot of things. He'll do a lot of things for his boss, but he draws the line at lying. He draws the line when it comes to lying. He will not lie. That's where he draws the line. Let's practice. Will he do a lot of things for his boss? That's right, he'll do a lot of things for his boss. But where does he draw the line? Does he draw the line at lying? That's right, he draws the line at lying. Does he draw the line when it comes to lying? That's right, he draws the line when it comes to lying. That's something he will not do. This is also not correct.
24/7, when something is going on for 24/7, it means it's constantly going on.
I cannot say something is going on for 24/7. We cannot use the preposition for. We say something is going on 24/7. There's no for with this expression. Example, my cat sleeps all the time. So I can say my cat sleeps 24/7. It's not literal. The cat does not sleep 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's 24/7. But the cat sleeps a lot. So I can say, my cat sleeps 24/7. It's an exaggeration. Let's practice. Does the cat sleep 24/7? That's right, the cat sleeps 24/7. The idea, he's always sleeping, all the time. And remember, don't say for 24/7. There's no preposition. The cat sleeps 24/7. This is also not correct.
Fish out of water. To feel out of place. For example, you're in an environment where you can't grow. You know, living in this town, I feel like fish out of water. I can't connect with people, I can't grow, I feel that I'm useless.
I cannot say I feel like fish out of water. In this expression, fish is a countable noun. I have to use the article a. I feel like a fish out of water. That means I feel uncomfortable in the place, like I'm not where I belong. This is not the place where I belong. I feel like a fish out of water. Example, he was taking cooking classes, but he's not a good cook. He's never cooked before. So he feels like a fish out of water. This is not the place where he feels comfortable. Let's practice. Does he feel like a fish out of water? That's right, he feels like a fish out of water. Remember, we have to use a fish. This is also not correct.
Go the extra mile to make an extra effort. With all of the courses that we produce, we try to go an extra mile and add additional checklists and add additional exercises so that you can feel that you're getting more than what you paid for.
I cannot say with all the courses we produce, we try to go an extra mile. With this expression, we have to use the article the. We go the extra mile. It means you make more effort. You really try hard. You do everything possible. You go the extra mile, not an extra mile. We have to use the. Example, he tries hard at work. He does everything he can. He does everything possible. He makes a lot of effort. So I can say he goes the extra mile. Let's practice. Does he try hard at work? Does he go the extra mile? That's right, he tries hard at work. He goes the extra mile. This is also not correct.
Break a leg, good luck. Very common expression, break a leg with your English, good luck with your English.
I cannot say break a leg with your English. Break a leg doesn't mean exactly good luck in all situations. We only use this expression before a performance. Whatever kind of performance, singing, dancing, acting, whatever, that's when we say break a leg. You cannot use break a leg in any situation, meaning good luck. It's only before a performance. So I cannot say break a leg with your English. So example, she's about to perform. She's about to sing a song in front of people, in front of an audience. So you can say break a leg. It means good luck in this situation. Let's practice. She's about to perform on stage. What do you say? That's right, you say break a leg. It means good luck before a performance. This is also not correct.
And the next phrase here that you can use, and next week let's play by ear, which means let's see how it goes. Let's not agree on a specific date and time. Let's just play by ear. You know, I'm going to text you on Tuesday and see how I'm feeling, and you know, we'll decide on the exact date and time later on.
I cannot say next week let's play by ear. Let's play by ear? The expression is play it. Play it by ear. We have to use the pronoun it with this expression. Let's play it by ear. It means we don't have a real plan. We don't have a real schedule. We're just going to go and do what we want, and we'll see what happens, and whatever happens, happens. There's no real schedule. We're going to play it by ear. So example, they're going to have a meeting, but they don't have a real plan. They're just going to start talking and see what happens. They're going to play it by ear. Let's practice. Do they have a plan for the meeting, or are they going to play it by ear? That's right, they don't have a plan for the meeting. They're going to play it by ear. Remember, don't say play by ear, use the pronoun it. Play it by ear. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.